It's 10 a.m. in the UK, 5 a.m. on the eastern coast of the United States, and it's Thursday, and it's time for Blabbing for Britain. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you again. And I've got Peter in the broadcast, and I'm just going to say, Peter, can you refresh? So let's get this sorted. Ah, right. Okay. So he did that. So welcome to the show. If you are here, please say hello, and we'll get the show on the road as soon as Mr. Upton arrives. And Peter gets back. He was sideways, which doesn't quite work when we go live on Facebook. And Stephen is down in London, so Stephen will be joining us by phone, we hear. So looking forward to that as well. This is, and good morning, Billy. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 129. Let's get that on the screen. And yeah. Now, got some stories for when the team do arrive. But yeah. We have this messaging system where we keep in contact with each other before the show. And I posted a message there about 20 minutes ago. And so far, Stephen and Peter have seen it, but John's not around. So I think I'm going to have to busk it this morning. So if you have any questions at all, or any topics to talk about that you want me to talk about, then please do post them in the comments, and I'll happily talk. And welcome to everybody. Welcome to the show. And let's get underway. Okay. Now, I'm going to have one of those days again. I can tell. Whilst I'm waiting, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for voting in the live streaming awards 2018. The final was last Friday night, and I am blessed to have come in the top 10, which is an honour. And I'd like to thank over 190 people, including probably you as well, especially you, for voting and putting me there in the top 10. We had a show last night with myself and Karen and with Tom, where we discussed what we each do. And it was good to meet Tom for the first time, because we're both involved in live broadcasting, but it's a wide spectrum. And if you think that this is the entry level where you just go live and everything's simple and straightforward. Tom's at the high end where you're doing outside broadcasts or you're doing studio with several guests, and BeLive.tv won't fit that scenario. And so using vMix and OBS and a host of software and a host of hardware, specialist cameras, specialist microphones, and you can spend tens of thousands of dollars. In the end, it's still people talking on screen. But obviously the quality is different. So it's good to find out more about that end of the world, and who knows. For the moment, I'm quite happy on BeLive.tv. And speaking of BeLive.tv, then we have at the moment the live video hub, which I'd like you to check out if you can, because we're live there at the moment. And now the live video hub has 134 broadcasters. So instead of having to go to 134 separate business pages, you can just go to the one page and you can discover new shows to watch, and you can set reminders. And I can see Mr. Stewart in the lobby. Well, right, now we have the man. And I can say in a minute when he's finished his final adjustments. Welcome to the show, Peter. Hello. I've got a feeling that Peter's in a cafe. Oh, you can hear me. All right. Okay. This is a little bit surreal. Billy, can you hear me? Let's just do a check. If you could say yes, if you can hear me, that would be good. And I can hear Peter. But he's not. Well, I can hear his cup as well. But if he's not speaking, he's gone again. Right. Okay. Thank you, Billy. Well, yeah. So I'm waiting for Peter to come back. He's obviously gone for a morning cuppa in a cafe, and he's using his phone. And yeah, I could hear the background noises too. I mean, that's the thing when you're in a controlled environment like your office, you can sort of control all extraneous sound. Whereas if you're in a cafe, then your phone microphone is going to pick up everything that's going on around you, including cups clashing, and it's not the ideal place to actually be broadcasting from unless you find a little quiet corner away from everybody else. But Peter's sat in the window, I think, and he's got people all around him. So Peter may be back. John, I don't know about, so I send out a shout to for John. Right, okay. So Live Video Hub, you can find 134 shows on there, and you find 134 shows on there, and you can search for them. And RJ and I did the show last night. RJ is building a superb search engine. One of the problems we've had since we began this live broadcasting is actually being found. And what we've done is I've put it into categories. So each of the 134 shows is in a category, and we're getting all the information about the show. And you'll be able to go in to the search engine on the Live Video Hub, and you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see all the categories. You pick a category, and it'll tell you all the shows in that category, and then you can go and watch them. And it's the first time it's been done. It's quite an undertaking to sort of get everything together in one place. And say hello to Corinda and to Brigetti. Nice to see you both. Being found is important, and what we're hoping is that more people will watch shows on the Live Video Hub and then go to their favorite page and actually talk to the people who are hosting the show live. So great plans for the Live Video Hub, and that will be quickly followed by the Fitness Hub. And if you're interested in any aspect of fitness, you'll be able to go to the hub and watch shows about yoga, about diet, all in the one place. Right, well, Tish, until you actually make a comment. Hello, Tish. Nice to see you. And say hello to Corinda. I'm good. And Billy's saying that he's fine too. Right, okay. Now, this is Blabbing for Britain, episode 129. And normally there are 4 of us. Now, I heard from Stephen earlier that he was actually celebrating Sue's birthday all month long. And at the moment they are down in London. And I've got Peter back, but this is going to be fun. This is going to be one of those shows, folks. Hang on a minute. I'll show you what I can. Right, are you ready for this? This is live video. And this is Mr. Peter Stewart. And Peter, it's a beautiful picture. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, but I'm going to have to go and change headphones. I'll just keep them on screen. I'll just nip over for them, okay?
Right, you are also sideways. Okay. I'm going to drop Pete. I've got first 3 things. 3 things. One, as we could all see, Peter was sideways. Peter can't see that he's sideways because he sees himself the right way up. And the second thing was that obviously the sound was a problem because we've still got cups chinking in the background. And Tisha's comment about sums it up really. Yeah. And Billy's saying Peter's got his ear to the ground as usual, and he's getting his headphones on. And Tish is totally amazed. I've got somebody in the lobby who's right way up, and he's waving like furiously, and he wants me to cut. Oh, right, okay. I can see a second member. We're going to go for this. This is live video, and we're going to go for this, and we're going to bring in Mr. Peter Stewart. Only this time, he's the right way up. Hello.
Good morning. Fun and games.
Right, whereabouts are you?
Well, I'm down in a cafe in Aberdeen now. I don't know how noisy it is for you, but I left. I arrived in the city centre at 5 to 6 this morning on the bicycle, and so I've been up there early. But as usual, this phone plays up. But can you hear me?
We can hear you and can see you. We do have background noise. We'll just have to
Okay.
see how it goes.
I'll probably go outside. I'll drink the coffee and I'll go outside just outside the door. But I'll listen away.
Okay. Well, I'm just simply busking it today. Stephen is down you're in the city centre. Stephen is down in London, and John is busy at the moment. So all is good. Okay. How's your week been, Peter?
Well, more. How did your week go? I believe you got in the top 10 of the live stream. Is that right?
Yeah, live streaming awards. I did come in the top 10, for which I'm eternally grateful. And we actually did the broadcast. It was broadcast from San Diego, I think, Los Angeles, and it was a great show. It was great to be involved in the show, to be a guest on the show. Totally different to BeLive. It's so high tech.
So who won it? Who won?
A school.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Basically, they do encourage. I mean, basically, it's PTZ customers. So the first two first two places went to two schools. Then it was followed by Tom, who actually uses the cameras, and my friend Karen, who is based in San Diego, and she came fifth.
Very good.
We had a good night. We had a really good night.
Very good.
And last night I was broadcasting at 10:30. We had a special show for winners, and that was good. So
I've been right out of it, but I've got a bit of good news though. I've just been told that this week I'm a finalist. Remember, I've got a pest control business. Remember?
Yep.
So I'm a finalist in the Eco Hero Awards for my contribution to the environment.
Go. Tell us more about it.
So basically, it's there's quite a lot of categories, but the one I went for was the Eco Hero because we're running a pest control business and using poisons really, so people can maybe get a wrong impression of us. So show what I do for the environment. By likes today, I'm down here on a bicycle. I only use vans when we need to, and we make sure we use the minimum. We're back to using traps rather than poisons, so we've reduced as much as we can, and a few various other things to cut our carbon footprint. So that's why there's three of us. Well, there's only three in the awards, so all for it. So that's what I done.
Brilliant. Well, getting recognition, I mean, it helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you can say that you have been being nominated is enough.
Yes. Now,
what
I'm going to do is I'm going to drink this coffee and then I'm going to go outside and see if it's any better. Yeah?
Okay. Right, okay. Well, Peter's drinking his coffee, so that's me back on screen. But we've heard about the Eco Hero Awards, and Peter's walking through. I can't show you this, but Peter is walking through the restaurant at the moment and smiling away, and he's watching the camera. But it would be a bit. It's actually. Oh, he's showing. Hang on a minute. He's highlighting. Just a minute. We have this. This is live. He's highlighting his Aberkill badge. This is advertising for Aberkill, who are up for an Eco Hero Award. And Peter, I'm waiting for Peter to get into position. Are you in position, sir?
No, not yet. I'm trying to get a seat. Hold on. Hold on.
Give me a shout when you're ready. Okay, so catching up with the comments. Corinna's got a question about the mobile that Peter's using, and he'll be back in a minute. And the sound is good. I have to say that the sound quality is rather good there. All right, I think Peter is outside the cafe now. He's found somebody. He's saying to look, would you like to be on live video? He finds somebody to be a guest on the show. No, he's finding somewhere to sit. Right. Okay. Now I'm waiting for a thumbs up from Solihull. And if we do get something from Solihull, I'll let you know. But we've got Solihull and Aberdeen in the lobby at the moment. And Peter's searching for a chair. Johnny's looking for something on his computer. And Billy's got a question, which I'll put to Peter. As soon as he stops walking, he's on the move. I have bumblebees nesting in the eaves of my house. Should I be worried? Here to answer that question, Billy, is Mr. John Upton.
Hello. I'm afraid I'm not going to stop very long. My server crashed and died on Monday, and I'm bringing back all my websites and client emails. So,
hello.
I've got some very unhappy customers.
Oh dear.
The server was beyond repair. Well, what happened was a disk failed in a RAID pair, but the second RAID disk failed to kick in.
Oh.
So they built me a new server, and I'm rebuilding everything from the backup. And of course, the new server has taken the best part of 70 hours for the domain, for the DNS to propagate.
So people's websites have been down
for 4 days, basically, and their email, which is more important. They didn't. Most of them wouldn't care about the website. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But they do care about their email. They can now log into the server and collect their latest email, but Outlook refuses to collect. So So I'm going to leave you guys in peace because I've had about 5 hours sleep since Sunday.
Okay, John. Wish you a flying wind and it all comes together.
I'll watch the replay when I get time. Bye.
Bye. Right. Of all the things that could happen, I mean, that's unfortunate. I mean, John provides web services. He's got his own web server, and he provides that for people to host their websites on. And to run their email through, and he obviously looked like a man who'd not had sleep for the last 4 days. Peter, over to you.
Right, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, actually it's cold out here, and the seats aren't outside yet, but it was very noisy in the cafe. Unfortunately, I got a lady come in who's deaf, and she was shouting. But she didn't know she was shouting. Doesn't matter. But so we'll just have to bear with me today, and I'll try to get some sunshine onto me.
Yeah.
Because it's cold. It's a cold breeze, but when you get on the sun, it's nice. But are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, we're hearing you good. And just as a point of clarity, I'm not going to put this on the screen. We are going out from the BeLive in 5 page today. We are simultaneously broadcasting on the Blabbing for Britain page. And
all right.
On the TVSN page, and also on 3 other sites from San Diego through to Cambridge. We have not moved since last week. That's all I'm saying. We've got exactly the same setup as last week and exactly the same setup as the week before. Now, this is a week for mobiles as we bring in direct from London, reporting from London, Mr. Stephen Silk. Hello, Stephen. Stephen, can you hear me? Stephen? Right. I just want to confirm that our broadcast arrangement is exactly the same as it was last week, and it's not changed since last week. You can see us live on several different pages. It all links back to the BeLive in 5 page, and that's the best we can do, and it seems to be working. Peter, are you still there? Right, Peter's frozen, so I'll take Peter off the air. Oh, no, he's not frozen. Are you back, Peter? Peter. Wiltshire calling Peter. This is destined, episode 129 is destined to be the one that got away. So I'm going to, Peter, can you refresh? If you can
No,
hear
I
me,
think it's because I'm going to wait. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but are you going away from the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I was going away too far from the Wi-Fi, so that was a problem, you know.
Okay.
Right. I'm outside the cafe.
A question from Corinda. Which phone are you using?
It's the One Touch 5 Plus. The One Plus 5T, beg your pardon, which is already gone. It's now the One Plus 6 that you can get. Yeah, so that's what I'm using.
Right, okay. And just OnePlus 6T. Okay, I'll get that on the screen, and then that's for Corinda. OnePlus 6T. Right now, we have a question from Billy, which is a practical question. And he's saying, I have bumblebees resting in the eaves of my house. Should I be worried?
Not really, no. They won't do any harm. Yeah, the bees aren't protected, but we don't like eliminating them when we don't have to. You could phone up a pest control business and they may have somebody who will relocate them for you if you want to get rid of them, if they can get to them. Yeah. But I wouldn't worry too much about them.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Right, okay, now things are happening in the week. Oh, Stephen's back. Just a minute. Let's see if we can get Stephen in central London, reporting from central London. Hello, Stephen.
Morning, how are you?
We're good. We're good. I'm just trying to arrange this so that there you are. Right, okay. We're
Central London, where are you, Peter?
I'm in central Aberdeen. I'm in Aberdeen outside in the cafe.
We're just in, where are we, love? We're in Embankment Gardens in that London.
Oh, wow.
Gorgeous day. Yesterday we were on a 2-day marketing trip for the recently launched newinlane.com, where you can buy all your gorgeous, wonderful infusions, all for well-being and healthy living. So we've got to do a field trip, to look for stuff that we can turn into products. And it's been a very enjoyable trip so far. I heartily recommend a trip to the capital. Yeah, so what's new with you guys?
We're just discovering that. We've just discovered from John. John just popped in whilst you were walking around London, and said that his server failed, and basically his customers have got websites and email on there, and he's been down for 4 days.
What?
Poor chap's only had 5 hours sleep in the last 4 days, so he's up again it. So he's not joining us today, which is more than understandable.
Bloody hell. Is it his own server, or is it?
It is, yeah. It's a private server, so rather than being hosted by GoDaddy or something like that, you're actually hosted by John on his own server, and basically the main hard drive crashed, and the parallel hard drive did not kick in. And Tish is saying hello, Stephen.
Oh, hi. But is he? I mean, obviously he's doing all that sort of stuff. But oh my lord! Oh, don't fancy that.
No,
I don't fancy.
He's got his work cut out to bring it all back online, and we're just getting a tour now. I'm not sure where we're getting a tour of, Peter.
My God,
that's the road to Aberdeen Beach. The beach is down there.
Aberdeen Beach.
Yeah.
Wow. Right,
we've got it all here.
Right, you cycled there today?
Yeah, I cycled. It's all downhill. It's quite easy downhill. Going back home's a problem. But did you know this is bike week? Get on your bike week.
Why?
So,
why is it bike?
Bike week, just encouraging people to go on their bicycles.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Yes.
Well, look up the website and you'll find out. They're encouraging people just to get on their bikes, keep fit, keep the over. I mean, if you've got 20% of last 20% more chance of living longer if you get on a bicycle, and it decreases your chance of diabetes.
Don't expend any energy. It's just lovely in a car, especially uphill.
Right. Now, you must be some form of exercise, Stephen. You're winding us up. You're actually walking around London today. Come on.
We're currently in a deck chair, which is all rather nice.
Yeah, but how do you get to the deck chair?
Yeah.
Right. And obviously, when we put up get on your bike, of course, there is always the reference to Norman Tebbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on your bike.
Get on your bike. Okay. Right. Now, I'm just trying to. This is the most amazing story of the week. French My Million lottery player scoops the second £1 million jackpot. He won it. What? He won it in 2016, $1 million, and then he won it again last week.
Yeah.
And he's not moved house. He's not changed anything he does, and he doesn't seem fazed by winning for the second time. It doesn't seem to bother him.
It just bothers everybody else.
Well, the odds against doing that are phenomenal. Wow. I mean, we've got the saying, lightning doesn't strike twice.
No, they're not.
Okay, Stephen, right.
No, but there's a few people who've done that, actually. It's happened to a few people.
Is that where the phrase money comes to money goes?
Yeah.
Corporation.
Same odds every time you play, isn't it? So whether you've won before doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, but the odds against winning twice are astronomical.
Well, listen,
I know the
guys,
individual odds. But, sorry,
I'm gonna finish early today. I just thought I'd pop in because it's not the best situation here today. So I'm gonna get on my bike. I'll catch you later.
Okay, Peter. Bye-bye. Safe journey home. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
And take care.
All right. Okay. So the launch is underway. You're out buying products.
Research into products, yeah. Because coming out, we sell. Sorry, Sue sells herbal infusions at the moment on the site. That's www.newinlane.com, and we've discovered a way of creating the best hot sauce you'll ever get. So,
wow!
We've been around the sort of chili wholesalers, and we've found some bloody incredible things. So that's going to be coming out probably in July, I think. But it's all good fun. It's just nice to be away from the office as well, but always connect. I mean, I had a discussion with a supplier in India this morning with Skype, and so there's constantly an office where there's tens of thousands of people walking around here going from home to their office, I think, and various guises. You know, they've got bikes, they've got skateboards, they've got roller boots, they've got cars, they've got bloody everything around here. But it's just nice to be able to sort of say, "Oh, I'm actually working, sitting in a park." It's cool.
Well, yeah, it is. Right, I found a link for your website, so we're turning this into an infomercial. Wow. And there is Susan and Stephen's website, and or even now, you can actually go and visit the site and discover what it's all about.
It's about herbal infusions. So we're talking about. I mean, the crazy thing is we're very careful in marketing and advertising, because you can say that you have a product which does things, but you've got to be so careful about what you say it does. So we've had to turn it around and say that for us, we found this occurred. Get off. And it's just nice to sort of see the reaction. We've already had the first order in.
Brilliant.
Just a few days into the site. And we haven't spent any money on it yet, but we've just done some Facebook ads that we've discussed previously, Stephen, about how to get value out of. In fact, we haven't actually boosted any ads yet. we've just had the posts that we've made from our own accounts, and it's just fab. It's just really enjoyable. And again, you don't have to go into an office to do it. You don't have to have an office to do it. We've just kitted out the back room in the house. It's really fab. But
Networking.
give them a go. There's all details about what the various infusions do for you.
Right.
And there's a new infusion that we're calling Zen Tea, which is all about using herbs to peak up your focus and attention. And it's just the reactions we get from people when they actually use the teas, as we're calling them. It's great. It's getting good reviews as well. Anyway, that's enough about me.
No, but I've just got one question. Where does the name come from?
Well, we live on New Inn Lane in Trenton. We've called it New Inn Lane because we live on New Inn Lane, and I was expecting something of a backlash, but it hasn't happened. Everybody's been very supportive, and it's cool.
So you're putting New Inn Lane on the map, really? Visit Stoke. Visit New Inn Lane.
It's just fabulous. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So what else is new? I'm assuming that my battery's going to last more than a few minutes. What are you going to do, Ronaldo? You're not going to close early, are you? All right.
Yeah, well, unless I can persuade Billy or Tish to come on screen, I might do that.
Okay, cool. So
right.
What else is
okay. And the government has just offered some advice to us for summer's coming up, holidays abroad and everything, and we're being warned to check our medicines before we go. If you go on holiday and you take your medicines, it might well turn out that the medicine you're actually taking is not available in the country that you're going to. Now, that's not only just a problem of getting resupplied, but it might be illegal.
So there's two issues there, isn't it? The first is you can't get something while you're abroad, but the other one is that if you take something a bit special, it can actually break especially in the less enlightened countries, shall we say.
Yeah.
Paracetamol in quantity, you can get done for drug smuggling.
Yeah, that's.
In fact, I won't go those sort of places. It's too bloody risky.
So that's just a warning to check your medications before you actually go on holiday and make sure that they're actually legal where you're going. Now, this is interesting. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:32 a.m.
Thank you, Alexa. Now, I've actually got a reason for doing that. Sonos, yeah? The guys who make the high-end audio equipment, yeah? They don't have a voice, but they know that Siri has a voice and that Alexa has a voice and that, she's off again, Google has a voice. So what they're doing is Sonos can now pretend to be any one of the three voices in a new gadget coming to a store near you for £399. You can play music around the house, and you can also speak to Siri, Alexa, or Google Voice and choose between them. Yeah. Do you think having them everywhere around the house is a good idea, Stephen?
Well, I'm trying to see why Sonos have done it. Obviously, they want to sell their devices. So they've got a new speaker system, smart speaker system. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah.
Why would they be bothering to take over Siri? I don't know. Because the Sonos device will obviously just pass the audio on to Siri and the rest of them.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's basically emulating the way Siri works, the way Alexa works, the way Google works.
Yeah.
And passing it to the three separate ones. You don't gain anything other than the fact that you don't have to have your phone on or your tablet or your PC. And if you've got Siri on your PC and you've got Google Voice on your tablet and you've got Alexa on your Amazon Echo, then you don't need to have those devices switched on. So you can talk to any of the three of them. It's obviously to a certain extent it's got to be a gimmick, because I don't know of any households that would have all three.
No, but that's the thing, isn't it? It's just all these technologies like email back in the day and the web, they all come in, and eventually somebody gets a market dominant position, and then the next big thing comes along. So, it'd be interesting to see how it goes on in 2 years' time, whether they were successful in, because I think they're looking at the dynamic of the market. That's what they're trying to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Something to keep track of. All right, a final topic before you go, Stephen. Yeah. Do you want to? Well, let's just go with the flow. TSB admits that 1,300 accounts have been hacked by fraud. I knew that'd bring a smile. This is sad, isn't it? I mean, TSB are owned by a Spanish company, and they're moving their data from the UK servers that they've had for years. And sorry, John, about this story when you watch the replay, but they're moving the data from one set of servers to another. And in the meantime, they've managed to get hacked because of the vulnerabilities in the new system.
It's but who are they using? Which of the big 6 software integrations, managed services?
I can't name names, but it's in the article. I mean, we rely on people for and this is no way aimed at anybody. We rely on people to have their computer systems secure and solid and virtually unhackable. I say virtually advisedly, and yet we've got one of our big banks whose customers have been defrauded of actual cash. This is not messing about stuff. This is their bank accounts have been emptied. And the other thing we've got is that this has been going on for weeks now. The CEO says things are improving, but businesses, small businesses who bank with the TSB, are unable to pay their suppliers, who in turn are saying, well, we'll not supply you. It's a whole can of worms, isn't it, really? So this computing lark.
But have you noticed it's happening more and more recently? I mean, back in, let's say, 10 years ago, if you heard of one major software glitch a year, like air traffic control or something like that, that'd be it for the year.
Yeah.
But now, one a month maybe, and it's across everywhere where big service providers are operating. So all I would suggest to the guy at the top of TSB is start talking to small businesses, start talking to the people who actually care about stuff, who care about their customers. I once I'm already onto low power. I once worked for a very, very large aerospace company, and he said that in this whole outsourcing lark, they've outsourced their soul as well as their practices, and that hurt. That really hurt, because he was the tech director, and he'd outsourced to one of those 3-letter acronyms, and it's when they go too far, and that's what I guess Lloyd has done. Outsource everything to the extent that they have no control. I mean, they wouldn't have decided to make the move from A to B in the way that they did. Who knows? It's a consequence of all this outsourcing, I guess. So because the outsourcers themselves contract for other suppliers, don't they?
Oh yeah, There's a chain. There's a chain going on.
Like billion, and you saw the news. There's somebody. I mean, I guess it's the taxpayers have been allocated cost of 70 million quid to go through the mess that Carillion have left behind them.
Yeah.
Accountants and lawyers. It's just horrendous. But that's not exactly ending on a high. So I think I shall end on a high by saying it's actually getting sunny.
Just to say, if you're looking to buy a house in London today, it's not the best place to buy a house. You actually want to buy your house in Cambridge, because if you buy your house in Cambridge, it will sell faster than anywhere else in the country. There are more £1 million homes being sold in Cambridge than anywhere else in the country, quickly followed by, which must be the best place to stay, Edinburgh, Harpenden, Bristol, and St Albans. There you are. Right. Okay, well, I'll let you enjoy the rest of your walk and your day, and happy hunting.
Thank you.
Okay, and bye, Susan, and we'll all see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, mate.
Bye. Right, so we've had, well, I think basically Stephen's still sat watching at the moment. I can bring him back, but I think we're doing good. Yeah, so we're joined by Peter, who's cycling back from Aberdeen to his home, and it's all going to be uphill. John has got an uphill battle against his computer, and Stephen's enjoying a break with Susan in London as they shop for ingredients for their new website, which launched earlier this week. And if you want to go and take a look around, then please do. Now, one of the things I'm finding is that the take-up of live video in the UK is, well, low, I would say. I could count on my hands and feet the number of people who are actually live broadcasting in the UK, and I can say that I know all of them. What I'd like to see happen, and what I'd like to encourage to happen, is for more people to actually get involved in live video. To try live video is painless. You need your camera and your microphone, and you need to come to the BeLive.tv site, and you can take a 14-day trial of BeLive.tv. I'll just post the details in for you. So BeLive is here, and there we go. And if you go to BeLive.tv, you can do what we've been doing for the last 129 weeks, which is go live on your Facebook page and talk and listen to some fascinating people who've become friends over the time that we've been broadcasting. But we do know that live video posting on Facebook is 6 times more likely to attract an audience than any other medium. I mean, compared to, if you ask me to sit down and write a 4,000-word blog, then I'd have to set aside an hour. I'd have to sit down. I'd have to be in the right frame of mind. I'd have to write it. I'd have to proof it. I'd have to spell check it, most definitely. And then I'd have to put it up on my website and then post it. Now, to me, that's a blog is now 2D. It's 2-dimensional. Whereas if you go with live video, you are in fact in 3 dimensions. In fact, we're heading for the 4th, I suppose, in terms of being able to come on screen and to talk to people live on air, either people from your inner circle or people who you're interviewing. Now, talking of interviews, there's an interview today at 12 p.m. Eastern, and I'm interviewing one of the broadcasters from the Live Video Hub. I aim to interview all 134 of them over time. I've done 4 so far, so this is the 5th one, and I'm looking forward to being back at midday Eastern to have a short 30-minute chat with one of our broadcasters, and I'll publish details of that later. But back to my main rant, well, not rant, just wish really, is that live video is here to stay. Facebook love it, they're promoting it. BeLive is the best system that you can actually use to go live. You can try it for 2 weeks for free, and then if you want to become invested in it, there are 2 plans. If you broadcast 16 times a month, it's $15. If you want to broadcast every single day of the week, twice a day, then it's $25 a month. And in terms of marketing, it's probably the best marketing spend you could have, because it's got more power than boosting posts or even advertising, because you're actually reaching out and talking with people rather than blasting out and trying to attract somebody's attention. Now, I could waffle by myself. Somebody's just joined us. If the person who's just joined us could say hello, and if you want to come on screen, I can post a link as well. But this has been a most unusual show because it's not been our usual format. John's fixing his servers. Peter is cycling back up a big hill into Aberdeen, and well, Stephen is shopping in London, or shopping for ingredients. rather than personal things. Right, if anybody has any questions, then please ask them. Other than that, I will close the show. We'll say episode 129 was the one that got away, and I'll close the show 15 minutes early. But just to end on, we are now heavily into cross-posting, which means that this show will always go out on the BeLive in 5 page. It will appear on the Live Video Hub. It will appear on the US Hub based in Cambridge, UK. It will appear on the TVSN network based in Ontario, Canada. And shout out to anybody watching in Canada. And it will also appear on the Little White Line digital network, which is based in San Diego. So there are 6 places that you could watch us from. At the top of every single post that you see, whether it be whichever one of the 6 networks you're on or pages you're on, you'll be directed back directly to where you can comment live. Now, I do have a wish, and the wish is that Facebook could aggregate the comments made anywhere on those 6 sites and bring them into one feed that I could monitor whilst we're live. That is not going to happen in the short term. Put a request in, but we're in a long queue, and Facebook never answer questions individually, so I'll never know whether they heard me or not. But for the moment, if you find yourself on a page where Blabbing for Britain is live, just look at the post at the top, and the second line down will always say where we actually are. And we're doing this basically because the Live Video Hub is something that I'm most interested in and involved in, and I'm running it for BeLive TV, and therefore I want to promote the use of cross-posting and the Live Video Hub. So I have a commercial interest in it, and Blabbing for Britain is not overtly commercial, but in this particular case, there is a practical reason behind doing what we're doing. Thank you for watching the show. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And on behalf of Peter, Stephen, and John, I say thank you. And we'll be back next Thursday at 10 a.m. in the UK, 5 a.m. on the East Coast. And have a good weekend, and look forward to seeing you next week. Take care for now. Bye.